Welcome again to another episode of the Meathead on the Mic podcast. It's your boy, IFBB PRO coming at you with another topic. All right, today we're going to be talking about the number one reason why you can't grow muscle. Okay, that's the focal point for today. That's what we're going to be focusing on today, talking about muscle. If you struggle with growing muscle, this is the episode for you. If you've been wanting to make a transformation or you lost a bunch of fat and you want to put on muscle, this is the episode for you. All right, so we're going to be talking all about muscle today and mainly how to get it, not necessarily the nutrition aspect, because if you don't know already, then I'm going to say it again to you: 1 gram per pound of protein. That's all you need to know. But what really goes down? How do you actually get muscle? Because eating the right way is definitely most of the journey, but it's not all of the journey. Okay. There are things that I think are overlooked when it comes to building real dense quality muscle. And that's what we're going to be focusing on today. But before we get into it, if you're watching this on Facebook, hashtag I'm here or hashtag replay. If you're watching this on Instagram, TikTok, let me know I'm here. Share this out to a friend that you know might need to put on some muscle as well. So I'm going to read some comments before we get into it. What's up? H Sing, I see you. Umbra, what's good? Anis, what's up? He says, when's your pro debut? That's the question. LOL. Stay tuned. That's when I'll show it to you. You'll see it. I won't hide it until like I'm right there, right? I like to hide shit though. I won't lie. So thank you for calling me out on that one there. All right. So again, as usual, guys and girls, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them as I go along the podcast. But as I'm recording, I'll be focusing on getting a good soundbite for the people listening on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. So don't think that I'm ignoring you. I just will be reading your comments and questions at the end of today's podcast episode. So with that out the way, with that said, we'll be diving into today's podcast episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yo, what's good, meatheads? Hope you're having an amazing day, and welcome to another episode of the Meathead on the Mic podcast. It's your boy, the returning champion, IFBB PRO coming at you with another topic today. All right, and what we are going to be talking about is training intensity / training difficulty and how it's responsible for your lack of progress if you've been, quote unquote, doing everything right. And when I say doing everything right, I'm really talking about eating correctly. So if you're eating correctly, you've got your 1 gram per pound of protein. You're not eating an egregious amount of calories and carbs, and you are in a position where you can put on muscle and you're not putting on muscle. This is the episode you need to pay attention to help you set that distinction between just trying to put on muscle and actually fucking doing it. All right. So we're going to be breaking that down. All right. And honestly, we're going to start off with this. Okay. Most people puke because of alcohol. Okay. Most people, you'll drink till you're sick and you'll puke. Why am I bringing this up? What relevance does this have to putting on muscle? Okay. Well, the reason why I'm bringing up the act of puking is because it's something that, and again, I'm not going to just push intensity on everybody here. I'm not telling you have to be a pro bodybuilder, but I puke mainly because of leg day. Most of you guys puke because you drink too much. And that might not be true. You might not drink. And if you don't, good for you. But the example here I'm giving you is the level of intensity that I hold myself to in order to continue to progress and get to this point. And I'm going to tell you what I've done, and which is somewhat of a snippet of what my best clients are doing, right? Again, if I'm going to let you know this, and if you haven't experienced this, pay the fuck attention, like just listen up. All right. If you don't get butterflies when you walk into the gym on leg day, you don't train hard enough. You do not train hard enough. And I'm sorry to say it, but it's true. You may feel sore, you may be, feel winded and stuff like that. You may feel like you had a good workout, which you probably did. But as hard as you think you're training, you can train harder. And that's sort of the moral of today's episode, guys. Okay? You don't train hard enough, not because, you don't want it bad enough, but because you just don't know what things to measure in order to make sure that you continuously make progress in the sense of putting on muscle, as opposed to just lifting heavier weights in the gym. Okay? As opposed to just doing more reps with weights. It's less to do with how much you're moving and how you move it. And we're going to break that down. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to bring up is the whole sort of everyone's watching you at the gym type of thing, right? It's not as big a deal as you might think it is, especially if you're new going to the gym. I mean, that's one of the main reasons why new gym goers don't really try as hard, because they fear being looked at and like feeling somewhat embarrassed, because it's like, oh, well, I'm this new person and I'm making a fool of myself, so on and so forth. But even if you aren't that new person, and if you are like an intermediate or an advanced lifter, or you've been in the gym for years, this is still going to apply to you. Okay. You've got to be willing to make ugly faces on that last rep. Literally, ugly faces on that last rep. What am I talking about? I'm saying, well, you really don't even know you have that last rep until you try it, and you might fail. And I'm not saying train every single gym visit to failure or every leg day to failure. No, that's not what I'm saying. But to be familiar with that zone, to be familiar with pushing yourself to that threshold and that not being foreign to you is, I think, personally an asset that's going to help you not only put on muscle, but put on quality muscle. And when I say quality muscle, there's a difference. You know, people, again, this is subjective. You wouldn't really know this unless you're a bodybuilder, but there's soft muscle tissue and dense hard muscle tissue. Soft muscle tissue is the first type of muscle tissue that we get. When you first put on that extra 5-10 pounds of muscle, it's going to be soft. So it's going to look round, it's going to look full, but it's not going to have as many details, right? Because the muscle hasn't matured and it hasn't hardened and it hasn't gone through all the other fucking torture that you need to put it through in order to get that quality from it. Most of the variable for this equation is time. Just doing it over a long period of time is going to get you the results anyway, but you can train in a certain fashion to help speed up the process of muscle maturity. And it's going to look different for everybody. Not everyone's going to mature their muscles at the same pace or even grow muscle at the same pace, but we already know that. Everybody's different. Okay. You've got to be willing to nearly shit yourself in the squat rack. Like you have to be okay with the fact that, yes, I'm going to push as hard as I'm going to push when I'm going to push. Like the difference between exercising and fucking training, in my opinion, is the level of butterflies you feel in your stomach before you get into the fucking gym. Does that make sense? If you know that it's going to be difficult for you, if you know that this workout is going to be that challenging, believe me, the rewards that you'll reap from those workouts will be the best fucking kinds. And as I said earlier, your goal here isn't to just train like an animal every single session. No, but it's to be familiar with the danger zone that an animal lives in. Is that clear? You got to open yourself up to that. You got to expose yourself to that I don't want to say reality, but you want to expose yourself to that pattern. And you want to always incorporate it whenever you can. As I said, not every time, but whenever you have that full tank of energy. Never shorthand yourself. Okay? You've got to be willing to look like an absolute fool who knows no limits. And when I say that, I'm just talking about, again, when we go to the gym, people look at us and we look at them and we might fucking, oh, I don't want to see people looking at me fucking struggling with one plate lifting it. Like they're going to think I'm weak. Fuck them. That's literally going to hold you back from putting on so much quality tissue. Like humbling yourself, dropping the weight, doing higher quality reps, not just more reps, but higher quality reps. That's one of the crucial things that is going to ensure that you actually put on fucking muscle. Okay. Humbling yourself in the sense that you can put your ego on the back burner for the sake of new muscle, hard muscle, which means being okay with not fucking training your max every single fucking gym visit and being okay with pushing yourself to a level of difficulty or through a level of difficulty that you've never experienced. You have to be willing. You can't want it, you must need it. Like putting on muscle, it seems easy. Like in theory, eat the protein and train consistently. You will put on muscle, but there's a difference here. I'm not talking about the people that just want to like get a little six pack and all that. I'm talking about motherfuckers that want some tissue, that might want to compete one day. I'm talking to you. If you take putting on muscle seriously, that is. Okay. And if you are in a transitional phase and you're just transforming, you want to get rid of your fat, that's cool. Power to you. And this episode still can apply to you, right? But this one today is directed to those that are like, fuck, I've been trying to put on muscle, but I just can't. Like I'm eating right. I think I'm training hard and nothing's happening, or it's happening, but not at the rate that I would like it to. And the reason why you feel that way is for what I'm saying. You do not train intense enough and or you let your ego run you when you go to the gym. Okay? That's it. It's simple. There's a reason why seven-time Mr. Olympia Phil Heath will still be caught doing one plate bench press, 30-pound, 20-pound curls. You know what I mean? Using light weights. Why? Well, what's the purpose behind it? What's the intention? Is it to make the workout easier? No, it's actually quite the contrary. It's to maximize the amount of volume that you can tolerate, the amount of clean reps that you can actually perform so that you can isolate and target that desired muscle group, whichever muscle group you're targeting, with a respectable weight. And I'm not saying never lift heavy. Lift heavy. Do your thing. Knock yourself out. But prioritize the form, prioritize the intensity. Okay. And then also prioritize being as consistent as you can possibly be while performing at that level of intensity. And as I said, and I'm going to say it again, that doesn't mean going to the gym and killing yourself every time, but that means getting fucking close every single time. You know what I mean? Never shorthanding yourself, never leaving 3, 5, fucking 10 reps in the tank, going all out, even if it means reducing the weight and taking that jab to your ego and your pride. Does that make sense? It's one of the number one reasons why you can't actually put on muscle. Like, think about it. Think of all the people that have those physiques that you want. Think of it. What do they do? And then that's the answer to your question. Okay, maybe not as linear as that, because again, everyone is different and some people are taking steroids, so on and so forth. But the baseline is the baseline, and that's going to apply regardless. Okay? So, if you spent this past weekend drinking, eating garbage, or fucking procrastinating, I'm going to let you know that today is motherfucking Tuesday. Okay? And without that obsessive willpower, you make every single goal that you've set for yourself 1,000 times more difficult to achieve. Does that make sense? That willpower. When I say willpower, I'm talking about that intensity, that drive, that thing that's in your brain and that gives you butterflies before you get into the gym. The thing that makes you do the extra fucking rep, the willpower. As I said, you can't want it, you must fucking need it, or you're not going to get it. It's simple as that. Because putting in that minimal effort, just making sure you're eating good and just showing up to the gym will not cut it. You'll make progress, definitely, especially if you're in like a transitional phase, burning fat easily. That's going to come off. But if we're talking about building a fucking world class physique, if we're talking about building a physique that's like literally the best in your country, if that's something that you desire to do, this is an episode you must fucking download into your brain. This is your new DLC, bro. No patches. All right. Again, I'm going to remind you, without that willpower, without that drive, without literally those butterflies in your stomach before you head into that session, you'll be forced to rely on motivation instead of discipline. Okay. And motivation's like the weather, guys. Okay. Motivation is exactly like the weather. It's random, it's unpredictable, and it's fucking unreliable. Okay. But discipline, boy, that shit don't fold, man. That shit is permanent like gravity. Okay. That's the shit that will make you eat pain and shit greatness. Everything that you want is on the other side of that crap, unfortunately. But that's the way it is. That's the catch, isn't it? Right? Because once you become that person who literally eats pain and shits greatness, you become a force to be reckoned with, not just with other people, because fuck them. We're not really comparing with other people, but with you and your past self. You become stronger than gravity with no fucking limits. And I'll be honest with you, once you can actually stick to being disciplined in whatever it is, in this case, it's putting on muscle. Once you can stick to being disciplined and doing shit no matter fucking what, no matter how you feel, how much butterflies you get, how nervous you are because people are staring at you at the gym, no matter what, once you stay disciplined, the word impossible, quote unquote, becomes a fucking casual snack. You will fucking break limits left, right, and center. Limits you didn't even know you set for yourself that you're not even looking at. Okay? And at that point, your goals will fear you. And everything that you ever desire to achieve will be achieved yesterday because of that mentality, because of the discipline, and being okay with being uncomfortable, if not even striving for that discomfort. Okay? When you live in that state, everything you desire, like, it becomes yours out of fucking sheer demand. Like, physically, you demand it from the universe, and physically, it's returned to you in the form of muscle, in the form of money, in the form of respect, whatever it is, in whichever field it is that you're applying this to. But as I say, and as my mentors tell me, the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. So if you can do this with your training, imagine your relationships, your careers, everything. You will level the fuck up once you get okay with a little bit more pain for a little bit more greatness. Okay? You'll become that guy, the ultimate version of yourself. Again, and this is something that I quote from my mentors, Cole De Silva and Brian Mark. Okay? Motivation is for the boys, and discipline is for the men. I'm going to repeat that again. Just turn up the volume, man. Have at it. You're more than welcome. Turn up the fucking volume. Pay fucking attention. Motivation is for boys. Discipline is for men. All right? And the men listening to this right now know exactly what I'm talking about. And the boys, well, they're nervous, but don't be, because I was a boy too. And we're going to have to grow up anyway. So put yourself through this, or it's going to put it through you. I'd rather take the pain willingly than have fucking pain coming at me from left, right, and center blindsided. And I don't know what to do about it. I can't handle it. Right? You're either going to give it your all or you're going to give it nothing. None of that in between shit. Otherwise, you're just never going to change. You're never going to put on that muscle. You're never going to get that girl. You're never going to get that job. It's all or nothing. As black and white and almost militant as that sounds, I can't lie to you. That's the truth. And that's how I got what I've got, and how my clients are getting what they get, and how all the people that inspire you earned what they've earned. If you're asking for a secret, it's right there. It's in your face and it's glaring, but it's ugly. And because it's ugly, it's difficult. And because it's difficult, you don't want to do it. But that's the catch. The easiest things, or the most rewarding things, are not the easiest. And you've heard that before. I'm not your grandpa. He told you already. All right? So, guys, what I want to finish off with over here in today's episode is just to remind you, man, get after it this week. Shed blood, shed tears, eat pain, and shit fucking greatness, man. Never lose. And if you're one of those guys that, like, you struggle with being consistent, you struggle with following through, and you don't believe in yourself, well, I'll go out on a limb right now and say I believe in you. Just for the fact that you gave me 15 minutes of your time just to listen to this episode because you wanted to improve yourself, I'm going to tell you as a fact, I believe in you. Because if you were to even listen to this, you don't even have that 1% of care that you need in order to push yourself into that realm of that version that you want to become. Does that make sense? I believe in you, man. Eat pain, shit, greatness. I fucking believe in you. You can do it. All right. Let's see what you can do in 2023. Let's see if you can actually put on that muscle. Let's see if you can actually stick to playing at a higher fucking level. Let's see. No more talking. All right. That's it. That's all. If you like this episode, share it out with a friend. I hope I was able to deliver a valuable experience to you guys and girls today. Thank you so much for your precious time and attention. Also, if you need a little bit of help to get to the next level and play at a higher level, and you want an IFBB Pro as your coach, aka Matt Butale, holla at me, shoot me a message on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're watching this. You can Google me, Matt Butale, MATT space BUTALE, and I'll pop up. Reach out to me, say, hey man, I heard this episode and I'm fucking down. I want to get this going. All right. Let's embrace our inner meathead together. It's been nice chatting. Hope you like what today's topic was about. IFBB Pro Matt Butale signing out. Boom. Potty's recorded. You know what it is. Shout out to y'all over there. I see you. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody that's here. I'm going to read some comments that I've got on TikTok and a little bit on Instagram, and then I'm going to fly out. Okay. Shout out to everybody, man. Yo, shout out Derek. Shout out Austin. Reza, what's good? Justin. Ajla, what's up? LV, what's good? Hey, Northwest Ghost. You know what's up, brother? Shiggy, what's good? Jason, what's up? Anthony, Natural Nomad in the house. You got a nomad in here, bruh. Shout out to Anthony. What does he say? He says, the difference between an athlete and a gym goer, definitely. This is, the higher level right now, right? We're talking to those that are actually, that seek greatness. All right. Charlie, what's good? Thanks for joining. Powan, what's up? David, good to see you, man. Hope everything's good. Hope you're enjoying yourself at work there. I know you're at work right now. Fassi, what's good? Thanks for joining, bro. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Him says, hey, man, be honest. How's your mental health been? Being completely honest, just like any other human being. I'll have my happy moments. I'll have my anxious moments. I'll have my excited moments. I'll have my depressed moments. It's a fluctuation. It's all about how you handle it, though, and what you give the most energy to. All right. So I experience the same emotions as you do, but I probably handle them a little bit differently. So in a general way, mental health has been normal. I'll say that much. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say I'm perfect or I never feel like, nah, fuck that. I feel shit too, but I just deal with it differently. Or at least I try my best. And that's just me being honest there. But I appreciate the question. Christy Bell, thanks for the follow on TikTok. I don't know. FJGK says, love you, bro. I appreciate you, Holmes. Thanks for tuning in. You know what it is, dog. Jason's Crazy Show says LOL. Okay, cool. Shout out to you. Yep. And then we got some extra retarded comments on TikTok that I'm not going to waste my time reading. Cool. Cool. Hey, Brad time, boy. This guy's in the chat, bro. This guy just made my day, bro. This is like 2 for 2. Yesterday was live. Today's is sick now because we got Branton in the house. Wagwan, this is good shit. Had a nice ball up session. Keep grinding. GDS, baby. You know what it is. GDS 25-8. Love you, dog. Shout out to my dog. That's my brother. My brother's on live right now. He's here with us right now on YouTube. 1,000 subscribers is the goal. You know what it is, man. You know what it is, bro. 1,000%, man. Let's go. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can see that. Just a little 1-2 for brand time, boy. You feel me? This guy, man. This guy's making me smile, bro. Pause. Tristan, what's good? Appreciate you for tuning in. Podcast is already recorded. It's gonna be up on Spotify and Apple Podcasts in about 5 minutes. Gang. Shout out to him. GTA gang, bro. What do you know about that? Meet me at the nightclub, dog. What you talking about? Yo, this guy, good energy. Always blessed. Yo, if you're gonna come by today, let me know. I'll make some time out. I got a busy day. We're gonna hit up the barber and all that stuff, run some errands. So yeah, hit up your boy, man, for sure. You already know. All right, people. That is it. That is all. I appreciate your time. We'll talk again, likely tomorrow. You already know what it is. Peace, love, and protein. IFBB Pro, Matt Butale, signing out.